grown up over the years to become one of the most popular forms of family entertainment in the country.
Rock and roll, let's do it!
Experience all the fastest, tallest, and most extreme water rides in America on Waterparks 2004. Splishing, splashing, laughing, and crashing, water parks are one of the fastest growing forms of family entertainment in America. A decade ago, there were only 75. Now there are an estimated 1,000 across the nation. The masses travel to Colorado's Mile High City to get soaked at one of the country's most popular water parks, Highland Hills Water World. The 64-acre water park is gushing with 42 wet, wild attractions, including 3 of the tallest speed slides in America. This is where locals and visitors get their Colorado summertime high.
Here they have all kinds of things for the whole family to do, all from very little to the old folks.
It's fun. It's just like a big water park.
Travel 10 miles north of Denver to Highland Hills Water World, where the lines form early and the fun lasts all day long.
Let's go.
After opening in 1979 with only 2 slides, the park now has more than 2 miles of water slides. From the Screamin' Mimi and River Country to the Wave and Thunder Bay. The park is now the size of 60 football fields, and it scores high with the crowds.
It's a lot of fun, and it's a hot day, so I think it's going to be a good time.
Waterworld has the most fast and furious, heavily themed dark tunnel rides in the country, like the Lost River of the Pharaohs. It's the first themed ride of its kind. Opened in 1990, it's an award-winning 1,500-foot-long journey through an Egyptian pyramid with 15,000 gallons of water flowing per minute. It's an Indiana Jones-like aqua adventure. For a blast from the past, try Voyage to the Center of the Earth. It's one of the longest water rides ever, clocking in at 5 minutes, and it's a huge hit with everyone.
You get in a big inner tube, there's about 4 people per inner tube, and you go into this dark cavern, and sometimes you can't even see where you're going, and you just start spiraling down. It's great. It is very scary.
Amusement Today editor Gary Slade calls Waterworld one of the most innovative water parks in the nation.
They have 3 or 4 attractions that are truly unique and cannot be found anywhere else on the planet, where they theme it out much like a dark ride like you would find at a Disney's Magic Kingdom, like on Pirates of the Caribbean. No one else in the water park industry has taken this concept and run with it as good as Highland Hills Water World has.
With 1,600 feet of surprising twists and turns, Voyage to the Center of the Earth plunges you through prehistoric caves, swamps, and caverns, with giant 70-foot vertical drops and wild 360-degree spirals. If those don't scare you, the dinosaurs will, especially the giant Tyrannosaurus Rex.
You go really fast, and it's dark, really dark.
And swirled lights and fog and dinosaurs and all that stuff. It's really entertaining.
For 2004, Brave Waterworld's latest themed attraction, Storm. This 700-foot-long dark ride features special effects and the wildest weather around. From fog and rain to thunder and lightning, the floodwaters whisk you down a 60-foot drop in less than a minute, so you can easily ride out the storm. Over at the Wave, Waterworld's surfing machine, others have a rougher ride, with 4 6-foot pumps blasting 22,000 gallons of water per minute. The surfing savvy truly put their splash and crash skills to the test. Another thrilling whirlwind adventure is the 70-foot-long toilet bowl ride, Prank Tank, that spins you around and spits you out. Then, test your nerves on the high-flying, high-sliding Zoomerang.
I'm afraid of heights, and they're making me go in front. I'm gonna scream as loud as I can. This is really high. Oh gosh, my heart's going like this. Oh my God.
This half-pipe ride soars 4 stories high and shoots you down up to 30 miles per hour. It'll take you by surprise.
It definitely is more scary once you get up there. You almost change your mind. It's high.
My stomach was like popped up to my throat. Oh, that's scary.
For those looking for the ultimate adrenaline rush, Waterworld insiders claim that riding backwards down Zoomerang is the only way to go.
And backwards is the best. If you want to rush, this is the best way to go.
Perhaps the most hair-raising thrill rides at Waterworld are the 3 towering speed slides. The red line, pipeline, and flat line rise more than 80 feet in the air. You may be breaking the law in some neighborhoods as you hit speeds of up to 40 miles per hour. It's definitely not for the faint-hearted. Many turn around and head back for the stairs when they reach the top.
No way, never. It's too scary. I'll never go on it, ever. Too high. I don't think I can do it. No, I don't think so. I'm gonna wait at the bottom for my friend. Sorry.
To others, it's the park's wildest adrenaline rush.
It's the most scary, I'd say. The center ones have the tubes and stuff. I think that the one that goes straight down gives you more of a rush. You're going down there, you come out the bottom and you get wedgies and stuff. Rock and roll, let's do it. Let's do it again. Let's do it again.
In this mile-high city, you are literally a mile high atop the speed slides. It's an adrenaline junkie's dream come true.
Favorite ride had to be this so far. Definitely. It's the fastest, I'd say. The highest. Flat. Very flat. Right to the middle one's better than the longer drop. There's more water in it, you go a little faster.
And in the heart of ski country, not all winter toys are stored away for the hot summer months. Going from speed slides to speed sleds, riders are guaranteed to exercise their lungs at one of Waterworld's most popular rides, the Screamin' Mimi.
My favorite ride in the park is one of the oldest rides in the park. It's called the Screamin' Mimi. It's just a little sled ride, about a 4-second ride, but it's fantastic.
This one-of-a-kind sensation plummets riders on a sled down a 200-yard track, spitting them out onto a splash pool runway. Riders skid across the water, screaming the whole way. Faster, taller, and better. That's the present and future of Highland Hills Waterworld near Denver, Colorado. From thrilling theme rides and 80-foot speed slides to the newest storm attraction, this king of water parks is definitely the king of the Rocky Mountains. Woo! Another intense water park storm is brewing at Ohio's Six Flags Worlds of Adventure. Hurricane Mountain is sweeping away guests at wet and wild, thrill-a-minute speeds. In 2004, it's just one of the latest, greatest additions to Six Flags Hurricane Harbor Water Park.
Hurricane Mountain is awesome. Totally cool. Good.
The new slides are the best ones. They're fun and exciting.
What'd you think? Give it a 10? Yeah.
Yeah, that was a 10.
Located about 30 minutes southeast of Cleveland in Aurora, Ohio, Hurricane Harbor is making a huge splash this year with Hurricane Mountain and another new slide complex, Shark Attack. These new towers of power add 10 new slides, pumping up the park's tally to 38 rides.
It was kind of scary coming down the ride. It was real dark, and it was a lot of fun.
Both towers are built for speed, and nearly 5 stories high. Shark Attack features 3 slides that send you down at speeds of more than 20 miles per hour.
This beats any roller coaster I've ever been on.
Seriously, the intense ride
Shark Attack will prey upon your senses as you plunge down 300 feet of hills, loops, and curves. It'll leave you hungry for more.
This one was really good. The kid up at the top pushed us off real good, and then it was started out slow, and then we picked up some good speed on the way down.
If you have a bigger need for speed, move on up to Hurricane Mountain. Rising 10 stories high, this tower puts the fear into Fear Factor.
Yes, did it! Brand new ride!
With a record 7 individual slides, it's the largest water slide tower in an American theme park. Four are inner tube rides, and the others are body slides. Their colors may be bright, but they'll keep you in the dark.
It gets pretty dark, I'll tell you that much. You don't know when you're coming out until you see that light. So, gotta take off.
That's because some of the slides are completely enclosed until the very end. You'll reach lightning-quick speeds of up to 30 miles per hour. The slide's builder even claims it's one of the fastest slide towers he's ever designed. On Hurricane Mountain, riders say the long climb up 100 feet is well worth the payoff.
It's very fast, thrilling, it's pretty fun. Kind of scary at the end, but then it all comes to a crashing end.
Yeah! I think since Hurricane Mountain is real awesome, I'd probably say I'll go down a lot more. And so far, I've been down it probably 5 or 6.
I had a blast in Hurricane Mountain.
Oh, here we go. Big finish, everybody!
For many park visitors, it's hard to pick a favorite.
The tube slides or this slide?
Tube slides.
She likes the tube slides. If this one gets it for me, it's more fun.
You're starting it so steep, and it gives you kind of a thrill coming down, and you hit the water and splash at the end. So you're really moving when you're coming down that. It almost feels like you're just free falling down it.
So if you're a splashdown slide junkie, head to Six Flags Hurricane Harbor in Ohio and plunge into one of America's largest water parks. Speed through the thrilling Shark Attack, or plummet down the park's newest slide tower, the 100-foot-tall Hurricane Mountain, for the wettest, wildest time in the Midwest. From coast to coast, water park mania is sweeping the country. More than 1 million guests visit Wet n Wild in Orlando, Florida each year, making it one of the top 3 most popular parks in the nation. It covers more than 25 acres and boasts dozens of rides and attractions for both wayfarers and wildwoods. It's difficult to pick a favorite.
Definitely got to be Black Hole. Storm's a great ride. Mine's the Storm too.
The blast. It is just utterly insane.
It's just amazing how much activities you can actually do at one park.
For 2004, one of the park's newest rides is one of its wildest. It combines thrills, themes, and special effects for an all-around blast. The Blast is themed after a water park ride gone awry. The heat is on as the water pressure shoots you down almost 400 feet of wild, rushing hills and adventures. General Manager Michael Black says there's a surprise at every turn.
As the guests are going through the slide, they're triggering motion sensors and they're being blasted by compressed air and water all the way down throughout the ride. We've also used water curtains and heavy mist to hide the special effects until it comes right up on them. But the guests loved it. They loved the thrill.
It was awesome. Yeah, I would say it's a blast.
Wet n Wild is considered the first official water park in the country. One of its original elements is the wave pool, and folks still get a kick out of it today. Others get their thrills splashing 5 stories down the surge, launching water cannons at Hydra Fighter, or zipping down the flyer in a 4-passenger toboggan. The thrills become even more intense at the kneeboarding and wakeboarding haven of the Wake Zone. Hang on for dear life as you glide, fly, or wipe out. Bring your thrill level to a higher high at the 5-story tall Mach 5. Choose from 3 slides, where only a mat rests between you and a raging ride to the bottom. But there's no mat to protect you from one of Wet n Wild's wildest rides, the Storm. Some are scared about even attempting it.
I'm a little nervous. It changes every time you go in it. You kind of go different directions, so you never know how to get it to change. Turn yourself around, or you'll end up going in head first. Kind of cool. So who knows? It'll be a different ride.
I'm a little nervous about it being enclosed and then the open, but I'm excited about it. Really ready to go.
For the most heart-stopping thrills at Wet n Wild, muster up the nerve to take on 2 of Florida's tallest, steepest slides. Der Stuka and Bombay soar a mighty 6 stories. Plunge down Der Stuka in the open air for the quickest 4 seconds of your life. The more extreme Bombay employs the lock and load technique. You're locked into an enclosed capsule, and with one push of the button, it's bombs away as the bottom drops out.
They don't know if you're gonna press the button or not. It's like a little surprise to trick them a little bit. That's how they get a little scared too.
It's a little scary because it's got some music playing in the background. It's kind of like a heartbeat that pumps up the adrenaline. It's like the music starts and it just stops, then it drops. It's kind of scary.
All right, just let me know when you're ready, man.
That again. That was great.
It gives new meaning to the term free fall. At Orlando, Florida's Wet n Wild, the fun never ends. Enter Bombay's heart-pounding launch chamber and prepare to plunge 80 feet into soaking oblivion. Then reach top speeds on the super-fast Der Stuka before soaring down the park's latest ride, the Blast. From the Atlantic to the Pacific, water parks are all the rage. One of the water park industry's star attractions is Raging Waters in San Dimas, California. Only 30 minutes from Los Angeles, Raging Waters is nestled in a valley near the San Gabriel Mountains. It's California's largest water park, drawing more than 700,000 visitors a year. With 36 rides and attractions, this 50-acre park is a summertime blockbuster hit.
It is just huge. So many rides and such a variety. We have a 5-person raft ride, we have a 4-person raft ride, we have body slides, we have double tubes and single tubes, and it's just so much variety. It's great.
Manager Ian McGow says Raging Waters has it all.
We have so many different rides of every different shape and size, and a lot of them are pretty intense, so I think that qualifies us as being a wild water park.
For a solo rush, try the 4-story high Vortex body slides that spiral you down a 270-foot enclosed flume. By the end, you won't know which way is up.
It was so much fun. It swirled and you don't know where it's going. It was cool.
2 of the more daring rides at Raging Waters are the 8-story speed slides. More than 2,000 gallons of water pumped through the ride per minute. At that rate, it's enough to fill a bathtub in 1 split second. If you race your friends, you need to know the secret behind a successful ride to win.
Usually I win because I have different techniques to go down. The best way to ride speed slide is to put your arms crossed, because then you'll go a lot faster, but you might fly off the jumps.
Talk about high flying. The 10-story tall High Extreme is exactly what its name refers to. 1 or 2 people zoom down 600 feet of exhilarating twists, turns, and hills.
I'm kind of nervous, really high up. It's like 10 stories, I think.
The views from up here are incredible, but nothing can compare to the rush of zipping down High Extreme at speeds of up to 35 miles per hour.
You have no idea how scary this is.
That was great! Best ride of my life!
For a different kind of wild, the wedge, an uphill slide, zips you up and back down again.
Hope we go high.
This half pipe is like an extreme skateboard ride on water.
It was so much fun.
It was a rush.
It was scary going down and then going up and back.
It was cool. I want to do it again.
1, 2, or 3 people can take on the wedge, but one family has a different idea for this extreme ride. Will the ducks survive? Will the pair survive? There's only one way to find out.
They were like killer speed bumps.
Another extreme ride, Dropout, strikes fear in most who venture to the top, look down, and see a sheer drop in front of them.
Scariest ride, Dropout, hands down, without a question. Because it's so high.
When you're looking over that and it's straight down, you have to like lean over the edge to see. It's wild.
You'll reach speeds of up to 40 miles per hour during the approximately 3-second ride. Lifeguards attest that it's not for the faint-hearted.
One lady last year, she got all the way up to here, her feet were hanging over the edge, and she just couldn't do it. And I was calming her, reassuring her that everything was fine. It's a 3-second ride, and she just couldn't do it.
But those who do take the plunge are hooked after one ride. Raging Waters in San Dimas is a star among California's water parks. Free fall down the 7-story speed slide Dropout, or go off the deep end at the uphill half-pipe ride. Then, put your senses to the test on Vortex as it spins you down 270 feet of spiraling darkness. At water parks across the country, every day seems like a holiday. But there's one place in the U.S. where that's more fact than fiction, the town of Santa Claus, Indiana. It's home to America's first theme park, Holiday World, and one of America's wildest water parks. Splash and Safari opened in 1993, and for the past 4 years was named one of the top 3 water parks in the country by Amusement Today magazine. Guests definitely agree. They keep coming back for more.
I've had a season pass since I was about 10 years old, so it keeps getting better.
Yeah, we come every year. I've been coming since I was 6 years old, and it's like every year it doesn't get old because they usually add 1 or 2 new rides every year, so it's always an excitement to come back.
Splash and Safari is located about an hour from Louisville, Kentucky, in the small town of Santa Claus, Indiana. Population, 2,000. With more than 750,000 people visiting the park each year, the town's population increases by almost 400%. And these guests are the #1 priority. Besides free parking, the park offers complimentary inner tubes, unlimited soft drinks, and free sunscreen. At this 24-acre park with dozens of exotic rides, slides, and attractions, every day is like Christmas, with presents for everyone.
Zynga, it's really cool. I've never seen anything like the funnel.
I'm gonna have to say mine's probably the Congo River. I like to just relax and float around in a circle.
Every year, the park adds the latest state-of-the-art rides that are as wild as safari beasts. From the Amazoon and Bamboo Chute and basketball court-sized Monsoon Lagoon to the Watubi, a mega family adventure with 60-foot plunges along its 625-foot slide. Amusement Today editor Gary Slade says it's easy to see why Splash and Safari appeals to the masses.
They've done a great job with putting in a wide assortment of slides and different things that appeal to a broad demographic. They've got everything from the little toddlers to something for the teenagers, for the thrill seekers.
Even more impressive are the latest ride additions to Splash and Safari. In 2002, the park opened the 10-story high Zimbabwe that transports up to 4 people down 6 steep drops in complete darkness. You'll pile into a giant 6.5-foot raft that will deliver you down the ride at a swift 50 seconds. So how big could Zimbabwe possibly be?
I think the Zimbabwe is 2 football fields.
Good guess. At 102 feet tall and 887 feet long, Zimbabwe is actually the largest enclosed water slide in the world. It's been named one of the top water park rides in the country by Amusement Today magazine. In 2003, Splash and Safari unleashed its most wild, unique, and thrilling ride to date, Soaring 8 stories high with a 9-foot wide entrance tunnel, Zynga is the ultimate visual virtual funnel ride of its kind. In terms of design, the sky was the limit.
We said, what's the biggest anybody's ever built, and can we build one bigger? This is the giant funnel kind of laying on its side, and you ride it, it's like a giant half pipe. But once we really got into the idea, we knew that this was something that was really going to be exciting, going to be a great addition for us.
Zynga is a Swahili word that means to move in a circle, and it lives up to its billing.
I think Zynga means when you come into the funnel, you kind of get like zinged into it.
You're propelled down 336 feet in darkness and then spit out into a giant 6-story funnel. Even more distinctive are the 4-seat clover-leaf-shaped inner tubes that make the ride comfortable for the whole family. Since it only takes 40 seconds from first launch to final splash, Zynga can handle 800 guests per hour. It's become the park's most popular ride.
What makes Zynga so cool is that you're dropped into this big cylinder and you're not expecting it because you're in pitch black, and all of a sudden there's just waves around you and you're flying on the sides, and it's almost like a water roller coaster. It's really cool.
I think the best thing about the Zynga is it's a great big raft. There's like 4 people can ride together, and you're spinning around and you're going really fast, and there's drop-offs, and then it kind of spits you out in this big tunnel, and there's water flying on you. We just loved it. The Zynga's an awesome ride.
You come out of pure darkness into the open, bright lights, and you're spinning around, and it's just pure excitement.
With its gigantic wave pool, the Wave, the longest enclosed tube ride in America, and the latest in water park attractions, Splash and Safari's as thrilling as the Wild Kingdom. Every day really is like a family holiday here in the heart of Santa Claus, Indiana. You'll never guess where America's unofficial water park capital is. Wisconsin Dells, Wisconsin, in the heart of the Midwest. Amusement Today editor Gary Slade says Wisconsin Dells is considered the Las Vegas of water parks, with a record 18 different parks.
Wisconsin Dells is a very unique place in our American landscape. I don't know of any other tourist destination that sits between 3 major cities of Chicago, Milwaukee, and Minneapolis. People can take a week off, you drive up to the Dells, you stay in a resort, you do the water parks.
Located about an hour drive from Madison and 3 hours from Chicago, it's home to America's largest outdoor water park, Noah's Ark, and many believe it's truly a religious experience.
Noah's Ark rules! Yeah!
500,000 visitors come through the gates every year, but it takes more than that to power up the fun at Noah's Ark. Every day, over 5 million gallons of water are necessary to pump up the volume at the 2 wave pools and 3 miles of slides.
And that's equivalent to 150,000 bathtubs full of water. The kind of energy that it takes to operate one of our wave pools is 2,000 amps. Now that's equal to 10 modern homes to operate throughout the day.
Whether it's the waves or the wild, to thrill seekers, Noah's Ark is the promised land. For a gliding good time, the Stingray sends you soaring down either side of this double half-pipe. It's the first dual sidewinder type ride of its kind in America. 900 people per hour take the plunge. Brave it with friends or brave it on your own. If you prefer riding solo, you'll want to test your nerves on the point of no return. Rising 10 stories high, the point of no return will take you longer to climb than to fly down. Riders agree that the face on the sign says it all.
The point of no return was a lot of fun. I was pretty nervous when I got up there, breathing really heavy. The first time I was ever on the ride. Stomach got up into my chest. It was great. A lot of fun.
Another great random job.
It wouldn't be Noah's Ark without a flood. A flash flood, that is. Forget about long lines. This ride can handle 1,200 people per hour. Pile into the 20-person boat and travel up a 50-foot hill, around the bend, to a giant 50-foot splash at the finish. Spectators can't even stay dry. Others prefer the 4-slide Black Thunder complex. Waterfalls and special effects would make Noah run for cover. Each slide is about 500 feet long, and by the time you come out, you won't know which way is up.
My favorite ride is the Black Thunder. It's dark.
It's scary. The Black Thunder is really scary.
You don't know what's going on.
Unexpected.
The latest addition to the park is a multi-million-dollar tribute to the man of the park. It's Noah's Incredible Adventure. Opened in 2003, the attraction breaks the mold of water park rides by taking you through the archaeological search for the Ark.
Right now we're at ground level, the animal loading zone. The elevator's on your left.
Then they settle into the Ark to ride out the storm. There's something for everyone at America's largest water park, from the point of no return's 100-foot drop to the park's newest attraction. Noah's Ark is filled with excitement of biblical proportions. In America's water park capital, it's no surprise that just down the street from the largest outdoor water park is the largest indoor water park in the country. The Kalahari Resort is an enormous, all-encompassing indoor water park, and at 125,000 square feet, it's guaranteed to please splash fanatics all year round.
I think it's awesome. It is really good. Although, like, the slides are the best.
This is such a fun family place, though, just to be with, like, we're all cousins, so it's just a great place to, like, hang out.
It's really good.
The Kalahari Water Park opened in the year 2000 and is part of the Kalahari Resort and Hotel that features restaurants, movie theaters, and even a wild kingdom with the wildest of wildlife. Water park revelers can leave the sunscreen at home at this indoor metropolis of fun. It's even open through the crazy Midwest winters. Amusement Today editor Gary Slade believes indoor parks are the wave of the future.
The indoor water park has a lot of positives written with it. One is the fact that you're not affected by the weather. They have perfect weather 365 days a year.
With body slides, raft rides, kids' play area, 64-foot lap pool, and a 50-person whirlpool spa, the Kalahari has something for everyone in the family. One of the Kalahari's most thrilling rides is the Tanzanian Twister. It spins you around at up to 40 miles an hour and flushes you out, sometimes head first, other times feet first, into a deep pool of water. It's often referred to as the toilet bowl.
I like the toilet bowl too, but yeah, it was really fast. So.
Yeah, and it's like you shoot out this like little opening and then you just keep on spinning and it drops like into 9 feet of water. So it's really cool.
We're about ready to go down the toilet and make the plunge. Just remember, plug your nose when you hit the bottom.
For a real indoor high, climb the 4-story high slide complex and choose from a variety of slides, including the mother of all water park rides, the Botswana Blast, also known as the Master Blaster. It's the park's #1 attraction.
Our favorite ride is Botswana Blaster.
The most popular ride we have right today is the Master Blaster. We'd like to figure out a way to keep the line shorter, but we just can't. People really enjoy it.
The Botswana Blast is an indoor version of the innovative outdoor Master Blaster water coaster. 12,000 gallons of water powers this indoor coaster 30 feet uphill and then sends thrill seekers down 570 feet of hair-raising hills and drops.
Don't believe anyone when they go up there and say, oh, it's easy, it's easy.
With 12,000 gallons of water pushing you uphill, the Kalahari's water coaster will have riders reeling for more. Whether it's swishing around at high speeds in the Tanzanian Twister or riding one of the park's splashdown attractions, everyone will have a blast at the Kalahari, the country's largest indoor water park. Along with the gigantic Noah's Ark outdoor water park, you can see why Wisconsin Dells is considered the unofficial water park capital of the U.S. Everything's bigger in Texas, and that goes double for one of the nation's largest outdoor water parks, Schlitterbahn. The 65-acre mega park is set deep in the heart of the Lone Star State in New Braunfels, about halfway between Austin and San Antonio. Located along the banks of the Como River, Schlitterbahn's home to more than 40 of the most heart-stopping, cutting-edge rides around. From a twisting tube chute in total darkness to the world's first real roller coaster on water. Every year, Schlitterbahn attracts nearly 1 million people. And every year, it gets bigger and better.
It's indescribable. There's no way to duplicate it. Schlitterbahn is one of a kind.
I've been to a lot of water parks, and this is the best one in the country.
I think it's great because it's a good way to cool off in the Texas heat.
Yeah, this is the best water park in America. No, not in America, the whole world.
And everyone has a favorite.
Black Knight. The Torrent River. The Wolfpack! It's the best ride ever. Master Blaster!
With more than 3 miles of twisting, turbulent adventures, Schlitterbahn is the largest tubing park in the world. The park opened in 1979 with only 4 slides and is now spread out over 2 parks, Schlitterbahn East and West. A shuttle quickly zips you back and forth. The theme reflects the town's German heritage and is carried throughout the park. Even its tongue twister name is German, but what could it possibly mean?
It's German for something. The whole area is German.
Having fun?
It's German for water fun.
Close, though Schlitterbahn is actually German for slippery road. But you don't need to know German to know how to have a wild time here. In fact, for 5 years in a row, industry surveys have ranked Schlitterbahn the #1 water park in America.
Schlitterbahn is truly a unique water park. The original facility was built along the banks of the Comel River, a natural spring-fed river. In the original park, all of the slides that are in that park are using that spring-fed water.
The natural spring-fed slides make for pure 100% fun. Other rides are designed with the latest state-of-the-art technology to pump up the thrills. Especially at Boogie Barn, the first surfing ride ever built. You don't need an ocean to catch a wave here.
It's like surfing. And you come out on a mat, and it propels you out, the water's coming at you, and then you try to get up on the mat. It takes a couple times to learn how to do it. And then they have people that actually can spin around in circles, and you get better. Lots of practice.
It takes lots of practice and lots of nerve to ride this way, powered by 50,000 gallons of water. Watch out, or you could wipe out. Get back up and test your luck on the tremendous tidal waves of the Torrent River. There's no lazy river here. Every 10 seconds, a computer generates a surge of mega waves, continually propelling tubers and body surfers around the 1,000-foot river.
I love the rides, especially the Torrent River.
If you'd rather do it in the dark, Black Knight is your kind of ride. Perched 5 stories high on Blastenhoff Tower, you'll plunge 550 feet through a series of eerie, pitch-black tunnels that spiral you out of control. It's a serious star attraction, even to its youngest riders.
Because of the dark and the lights. The lights are made like stars. I like Black Knight because it's fun and you can't see where you're going. It's fun to scream.
Today, Schlitterbahn has the famous Master Blaster, one of the industry's crown jewels. Master Blaster's at the very top of the 6-story high Blastenhoff Tower. The water coaster has 6 uphill sections and 1 giant 27-foot drop. Unveiled in 1996, it's a huge hit with the crowd.
Master Blaster has to be the best. It's a roller coaster on water.
To me, it's the hills. They leave your tummy up in the air because you're going down so fast.
It's a blast. I don't think you expect to be going up with the water coming back at you. It's just a great rush.
I like the end of Master Blaster because of the splashes that splash on you and that you go really fast on the ride.
As you climb 84 steps, or 6 stories up to Master Blaster, there's plenty of time to back down. The 1,000-foot-long adventure is not for the faint of heart. the lifeguards have seen it all.
We've seen a few people turn around, not many of them, just the ones that get up here and they look down first drop and figure out it's not for them. You ready? Here we go. The worst part about it is there's no possible way to stay dry on it. After the second dip, you're soaking wet.
But can Master Blaster pass the ultimate thrill test? In May of 2003, members of ACE, the American Coaster Enthusiasts, descended upon Schlitterbahn to determine whether this park boasts the wildest water rides around. Some of these roller coaster fanatics journeyed from the far reaches of the nation to find out.
I traveled from Sarasota, Florida, which is probably about 1,400 miles.
I traveled about 1,500 miles today, and that's by air. Flew out of the San Francisco airport yesterday afternoon and ended up here last night. So it's been a long trip, but it's going to be well worth it.
I tell you what, a trip to Schlitterbahn is worth a trip clear across the country.
An hour before the park opens to the public, the group is granted exclusive ride time. They've experienced America's most exciting roller coasters. Now they'll find out whether the Master Blaster is the ultimate water coaster. Will it pack a blast of thrills?
The first drop's sort of intimidating when you're just set there right on the precipice waiting to be sent over the edge, and it was quite a drop. But the biggest surprise of all is when you get all the way back up to the top, this wave of water just comes over your head, catches you totally by surprise. You can't see, suddenly you're into a curve, into a drop.
I'd never experienced a slide like the Master Blaster that went uphill and downhill. And when you're on the uphill slides parts, it really pushes you along. And you know, you're used to just sliding along, and all of a sudden this big wave of water comes over the top of you, pushing you up the hill. So it's quite surprising.
ACE members and other visitors wonder what other surprises Schlitterbahn has in store to top the Master Blaster. A taller slide, a longer slide, a more thrilling ride. Project manager Stephen Hans says the next best innovative water ride is already in the works.
Can the Master Blaster be top? Absolutely. But what we have on the drawing board as far as the water park rides, we've got a whole smorgasbord of ideas. I just cannot release any of those ideas right now, but we've got a lot of stuff going. It's going to be a great next 5-10 years.
Whether you spend your afternoon on the east side or the west, there's something for everyone at this Texas Lone Star. Brave the waves of the fastest surfing machine, or fly up and down the country's first water coasters. Remember, don't mess with Texas. And ACE members believe you can't mess with Schlitterbahn.
Only Schlitterbahn could ever top itself. No other place can ever top it. Some places may get glitzier or prettier, but no one can duplicate the fun that you have at Schlitterbahn.
From Texas and Colorado to California and Florida, America's wildest water parks keep folks coming back for more. In the years to come, the sky's the limit as these parks create more rides that are higher, faster, and wetter than your wildest dreams.
Did you know the #1 thing people do while on vacation is shop? So if you're ever near Minneapolis, Minnesota, visit the largest retail complex in the country, the Great Mall of America. There are hundreds of stores, but this is much more than a shopping mall. Believe it or not, there's a giant roller coaster, a million-gallon aquarium, bowling lanes, restaurants, and tons of fun for the kids. Shop till you drop, eat like a king, or even get married at the Chapel of Love. For the Travel Channel, I'm Tracy Gallagher at the mall with it